Are you suffering from loneliness? Want to know what to do? Today's video is for you. Hey puppies, this is Melody Fletcher with Deliberate Receiving, where the law of attraction finally makes some freaking sense. Today's reader question comes from Awesome Lee, who writes, one topic I'd love to see covered is how LOA can either help overcome feelings of loneliness and or attract positive new friends. I think loneliness is becoming an epidemic these days, and I find it a hard thing to deal with. Very hard, and sometimes very painful. I've been on disability for almost 10 years for major depression, and haven't exactly been going out to meet new people, but even when I did, I found it very hard to meet people on the same wavelength. Any ideas on this topic? Well, Lee, if you've been studying the law of attraction for a while, then you'll know that you can't attract something that you're not the vibrational match of. So if you're looking for a manifestation to provide you with a feeling that you don't currently have, in other words, I want to meet friends so that I can feel better, you're going to be waiting a long time, because your manifestations are nothing but reflections of your current vibration, which means that you have to achieve the feeling of what you want in order to attract it. But I know, you're sitting on the couch, you're lonely, you want friends. How the hell are you supposed to get into the feeling of what it's like to have an active social life from that place? Let me give you some tips. First of all, figure out who you actually want to hang out with. This is a step that so many people skip. But you may be assuming that you have to change who you fundamentally are in order to fit in with some other crowd. That's never a good idea. You are uniquely you, and you're just great, just the way that you are, even if right now you're in kind of a depressed state and you're not a happy, shiny puppy. Who cares? If you would rather gouge out your eyes with a melon baller than go to some club where it's all then don't do that. Don't hang out with people who really, really want to do that. It isn't about compromising with half the people in the group, not really doing what they want to do just to please the other half. That's not real friendship. If you would really rather enjoy sitting at home, having a nice quiet evening in, and you like having nice quiet one-on-one conversations, there's somebody out there who would love to be your friend and do exactly that. So the idea is figure out what you want from a friendship, figure out what's going to please you, and then find somebody who has the same views, or attract somebody who has the same views. Yeah? Do not try to fit in with people who are, well, quite frankly, you're going to meet a lot of people when you're in a depressed state who are just going to try to cheer you up all the time, which is really, really annoying when you're depressed. Now, I'm not saying that you have to hang around with other depressed people who are just going to keep you in that state, but how about thinking about somebody who's like you, who's coming out of depression, but really determined to pull themselves out of it. You want somebody who understands where you're at, and somebody who's going to be there with you, somebody who's going to hold your hand, and somebody who's going to fight with you when you're having a bad day, somebody who's going to fight for you against your demons, and you can do the same for them. So when you're having a bad day, they'll help you, and when they're having a bad day, you help them. You build each other up. You want to find somebody who's truly where you are, not depressed, but depressed and working on it. Second, as you start to figure out what it is that you really want to do, go do that stuff. Start getting comfortable doing those activities. Why would you sit at home waiting for something to happen so that you can feel better when you know that that keeps you from manifesting what you want? You have to become the vibrational match to it. You have to feel the way that you would feel if you already had a friend. So a good way to do that is to already engage in some of the activities that you would do if you already had a best friend. So if you want to go sit in a cafe with a friend and people watch, then go do that. Sit in a cafe. Yes, by yourself. Take a book, read a book, and people watch. If you'd like to go for walks, go for walks. Enjoy the scenery. Because if you're telling the universe, I need to have a friend, or I need to have friends, or I need to have a boyfriend for that matter, in order to feel this way, you're never going to get it. But if you go out there and you start enjoying yourself, and you get into the vibration of enjoying yourself, and you start appreciating your life and appreciating yourself, then you're going to become a vibrational match to it. Another really blunt way to say that is, if you can't stand your own company, how do you expect anybody else to? Now, I know what you're thinking. Go out there by myself? where other people are? That's scary. I know it is, but here's something you should know. You're walking around thinking that you're the only messed up one and everybody else has their life together. Let me give you a little bit of a secret. Everybody else is just as messed up as you are. Yeah, we're all screwy in the head. We all have our issues, and we certainly all have our insecurities. And I promise you that the majority of the people that you think are all staring at you, judging you, they're all wondering what you think of them. Nobody is really thinking about anybody else. Everybody is scared of each other. This is why loneliness is becoming an epidemic in this world, as you stated, because we're all so afraid of each other, and it's so needless. When we start reaching out to others, when we stop being afraid of each other, beautiful relationships happen. Close, authentic friendships happen quickly. So if you want to have some friends, become a friend. Reach out to others. Put yourself out in situations that you would be in if you had that social life. Start enjoying your life. And I'm not here to tell you, cheer up, because I know that that's really annoying when you're not there, but take a step in that direction. Become a vibrational match to the friends that you actually want, not to some friends that other people think you should have, not to the people on TV, but to the people that you actually resonate with, to the people that you actually feel comfortable with. And once you're there, they'll show up. They have to. It's the law. Like this kind of content? Want to see more like it? Well, then let me know. Like this video, share it, or comment on it. Do whatever you're inspired to do. Oh, and you can also send me Happy Shiny Puppy telepathic messages, but only between 3 and 4 Central European time. Otherwise, it gets a little messy.